Hi, and welcome to our Retired Nomad Adventures.
I'm Retired Rick.
And I'm Daphne, and we are a retired couple traveling the world full-time about a month at a time on a $5,000 a month budget with just a carry-on suitcase and a backpack.
We're entering our final days. As you can see, we're packing up right now, and 5 months went really quick.
Yeah. So we packed for 5 months of travel, and if you've been with us for any length of time and have seen any of our packing videos before, you'll know that we've made lots of mistakes when it comes to packing, and we have definitely overpacked and heard from you about that overpacking. But this time I think we did okay.
We probably still overpacked, but it's okay. It all fit.
Yeah, it all fit in our carry-on and our backpack. And so what we wanted to share with you, we have 4 categories we wanted to go over with you today. So we're going over our clothing, our electronics, our personal care items, and our travel accessories. And what we're doing here is sharing with you those things that really worked for us, and then a few things that really didn't work for us.
Right. Some things we were really happy with, and some things I'm definitely not bringing with me, but we'll see.
Yeah. So we're in the middle of packing, so come along with us, and we'll share those items with you now. We are truly in the throes of packing everything up right now, and you can see, and you've seen in previous videos if you've watched any of our other videos, that when we've been in hotels, I really have just kept myself in the packing cubes. It's been a really nice way to keep myself organized, and then when things are dirty, I just keep them separate and then put them back in here as they get cleaned. But we'll start with, these are my these are my bottoms. So these are my shorts and also my long pants. And so I have a total of, 4 pairs of shorts, and they're all linen. And I feel like that's really worked out well this time. Last time I brought some denim shorts with me, and it was really difficult to get them to dry, and they took up a lot of space. And I brought 1 pair of navy blue, 1 pair of white, and 1 pair of black linen pants, and that worked out really well. And then I had 1 pair of linen shorts that were also denim color. So I had the best of both worlds with those. And then my 3 pairs of pants are also linen, and then I brought 1 pair of leggings for travel day. And so I used those every time we traveled from one location to the next. This is my undergarments bag, and so I have enough undergarments in here for 7 days. And one thing that I brought that was kind of a regret for me, and so this may be too much personal information, but I bought some bike shorts to wear under my dresses, but in the climate here in Southeast Asia, it was just too hot to wear these. So I never did, I just stuck with regular undergarments. This may be helpful in another climate, but here in Southeast Asia, it was just too hot. And then also in my undergarments bag, I always pack my bathing suits. And so my bathing suits, I have 1 cover-up and 2 bathing suits. And what I thought was that, along with my pajamas, so I also had 2 pairs of pajamas, and what I thought was that I would alternate them, but I found that once something was dirty, I didn't want to dirty something else. So I found I wore 1 bathing suit over and over again during the first half of our trip, and then I ended up getting rid of it because it just stretched out. So I ended up with just 1 bathing suit at the end, and then the same thing with my pajamas. I tended to just wear 1 pair of pajamas the whole time, got tired of those, and about halfway through got rid of those pajamas, and then I'm just wearing these ones through the end. And it's nice because it's also lightened up the load in my suitcase. What do I have here? So these are my dresses. I have a total of 8 dresses in here, and the dresses have really come in handy. I think I started off with a few more dresses, but I've been letting go of dresses or letting go of things and then repurchasing them. And so I'm ending the trip with a total of 8 dresses, and then I'm ending the trip with a total of 13 tops. And so I've been letting go, like I said, of things. So like today I'm wearing this top because I'm going to leave this top here when we leave, and it's 1 less thing that we have to carry. For jackets, this time I just brought 1 jacket with me, and the jacket I brought with me was just a simple denim jacket, and so that I feel like is a workhorse, and that was a good thing to have. And then while we were here, I was able to buy a raincoat that I'm super happy with, and so I'm sure I'll bring the raincoat with us on our next leg. And then one thing that I've been really happy to have is my Lululemon. It's a larger crossbody bag, so it's the all-night festival bag. And so even though this is not necessarily clothing, I definitely wore it all the time. I feel like I could rest my hand easily here. I could fit my Diet Cokes, my wallet, my sunglasses, all of the things could fit easily in here. And so this size bag worked out really well. So that's the amount of clothing that I brought with us for this Southeast Asia 5 months, and I feel like it's worked out really nicely.
For my clothing, I have 3 shorts, or actually I have, how many shorts? I have 4 shorts. I came with 5 pairs of shorts, but 1 got a rip or something, so I threw them away. And 2 pairs of swim trunks, and from the last time I only brought one pair of swim trunks, I believe, and so I just felt like I needed two just to mix it up a little bit. So that worked out well. I've got a jacket that folds up really nice. I haven't really needed this jacket. I think I've only wore it one time, but it's nice to have because it's nice and compact. A washcloth. This might not be clothing, but I've always had a washcloth that I have brought, because in most of the Airbnbs they do not have washcloths for some reason, at least in Southeast Asia, and also in the hotels. Their version of a washcloth is more like a hand towel, so it's nice to have that. So I haven't been able, I've been able to use this, and it's worked out well. In this packing cube, I have 10 underwear and 10 pairs of socks and one long pair of socks. I haven't wore long pair of socks at all, but I wore the short socks, the ankle socks, and also the underwear, and that's been no problem whatsoever. That's worked out really well. And then if you see on this side, I have my fancy organization of shirts I have here. So if you see me tomorrow, I'm going to be wearing this shirt because this shirt is on top. So I came to Southeast Asia with 15 shirts, and I'm leaving with 14 shirts. You might ask why. Well, I got rid of some shirts I got tired of, and then I also purchased some shirts. A shirt like this, I like it, but the problem what I'm finding is in the heat and the humidity, it's heavier, and I sweat more in something like this. As a shirt like this that has the dry fit material, and it dries really easy if I do get wet, and it's breathable. I'd rather have these. These are the golf shirts, and they work out really well for me. So I like having those. And then also I have, I brought 2 pairs of pants. I've only wore pants, I think 2 times. I always wear them on travel day, and they're just different colors. So I have a green color and a blue color. And that works out well. I haven't really wore the blue, but it works out. I had brought a belt. I still have not wore a belt yet, but I will continue to bring a belt, but I don't know why. I guess just because. And I brought with me a pair of flip-flops and a pair of shoes. What I'm leaving with is a pair of slides. I got rid of the flip-flops because out here everybody wears slides and it seems more practical. So I wear slides. And then also I bought 2 extra pairs of shoes, but I'm only going to leave with 1 pair of shoes that we just bought. I was planning on buying shoes anyway, so I have these shoes. That's what I'm going home with. The other shoes are just kind of wore out a little bit, and I'll just leave them here. That's what I'm leaving Southeast Asia with. All right, for electronics, we don't really have a whole lot of electronics, but what we do have, we use, and then some things that we don't use, and I'll tell you which ones they are. But the one thing that I'm really happy we brought is this charging cord, because this charging cord is long. I mean, you can see how long it is. What's nice is it has 3 ports on it that we can charge everything we have. All of our electronics are able to be charged with this one cord. We're able to get Daphne's Omnilux face mask, that charges. We're also able to get her mirror, that charges. And then our cell phone obviously charges. Our GoPro charges. Daphne's holding it right now, but that charges. So we haven't had a problem with this cord at all. It's long, so we can stretch it across the bed if we need to, stretch it across the room if we need to, and it works out really well. And what's nice is before coming to Southeast Asia, we checked to see what kind of plugs they have. And we purchased these cubes, these plug cubes that kind of like Legos. You can take those apart for each country, and they'll have an adapter that'll fit those plugs for that country. So in Southeast Asia, it's the green one. So I just removed that from our little square cube of plugs that we have, and I only brought that because it saved room. So we just have this for Southeast Asia, and it's really nice. But we haven't had to use it too much because our plugs work in Southeast Asia for the most part. But sometimes they don't work. And when I say they don't work, okay, for instance, these power adapters are really helpful and useful. And we purchased an additional one before we came here, just in case. What's nice about Southeast Asia is a lot of places we can use the 3 prongs into their plugs, but sometimes they don't. They only have 2. So in that instance, I would use this adapter, plug this in, and as you can see, the third prong, the ground, is not in the way of anything. We just plug that in, then we can use this. So it really worked out to bring these, because look how big they are. They're smaller than the one cube that we have for the power adapter. So these worked out really well. We've had to use, I think one time on these, we didn't have to use two of them, but I would still bring two, because you never know how the setup is in a hotel or an Airbnb. These worked out great also. The other thing, this is something that didn't work out. This is our microphones for our iPhone. So we thought that we'd have to use microphones all the time, and we found out that we haven't used this one time. For us, it's kind of a pain to set up. Not really a pain to set up, it's just when we're ready to record, we just record. So this is something that I brought, but we've never used, and I will not bring this next time. So that's not coming with us next time. This is just a case that I was able to, it's not a case, it's just a bag for the GoPro. So it has all the accessories in here, and it's able to kind of scrunch up and fit in my backpack, and it works really well. Here, I have an extra fire stick. We have one in the TV already, but we just brought an extra fire stick with all the controls and all that, just in case something happened with our fire stick, because we haven't had any problem whatsoever watching shows that we like back home in Southeast Asia, or anywhere for that matter. Wherever we've traveled, our fire stick has worked with our VPN, and it's been no problem whatsoever. This is just a precaution, and I'll continue to bring it, because if the fire stick does go out, you'll want something to replace it, so it'll be this. The other thing we brought is, under all this is my laptop that we just do everything on, do banking, do everything on this. Also, with the laptop, I have a 5 terabyte external hard drive that we save all our photos, all our videos, all our important stuff we save on that, and it kind of gives us an extra security, extra protection, so that's nice to have. And this is the bag that I bring that in. So it's this bag basically is about the size of this bag once everything's in there, and it doesn't take up too much room. It does take up room, but it goes in my backpack, so it's not too bad. We have the Kindle that both of us have, just for books and everything, so it's nice to have the Kindle. And I've already talked about the power plugs. These are really nice because they do have the inputs for the cell phones. For the power cords and everything, and this works out really good. We've only had to use it one time, like I said. And then my favorite is my organizer here. We have extra power cords for or chargers for our phone in case something doesn't work, and we're able to do that. Able to use something. We also have a portable charger that we've used several times. So if we remember to charge it, it works out great, but we've used it several times, and that's a must. And the other must-have is batteries. I never thought about that, but AA and AAA batteries come in handy, because my electronic toothbrush is a AAA and it's ran out. Another example of needing batteries is our air conditioner in our Airbnb. The controller needed batteries, so instead of contacting the host, I had a couple batteries. I was able to put that in there, and we solved the problem right away. So make sure you bring batteries, because that is a must. And other than that, I think that's all. The only thing that I'm not bringing is the microphones for the cell phones. So everything else I'm still bringing. I'm happy with it, and I think we did well.
The next category is personal care, and I feel like we did pretty good here. There wasn't a lot to tell you that we wouldn't bring again, but here are some standouts of things that really worked for us. So I always talk about my light up makeup mirror, and I use this all the time. I use it several times a day, and so this is fantastic. It suctions to a bathroom mirror, it suctions to a sliding glass door, it suctions to the table. This is a fantastic addition. I use this all the time. My two workhorse tools for my hair are a curling iron, and it has the right plug for here, and also a blow drying brush. I actually had to get this in England. I probably will get a new one when we get home this time, just so it has the standard outlet on it. But I use those all the time. Something I was told to get by someone else, another YouTuber, was a glass nail file, and that it would last the entire 6 months we were gone. But as it turns out, it will last for, I believe, the next 6 months. So I'll be taking this with us again. So that's really worked out nicely. We do wear a lot of open heel shoes here, and I hate it if my feet aren't soft, and so this is also a glass foot scrubber, and this has worked out really well. And Rick may or may not admit it, but he uses this also. Something that's come in handy and we use regularly is a small pair of scissors has really come in handy, so I would suggest remembering to bring that. Our daughter got me, I think this is called a French pin, and so it's a pin that you can twist your hair up with, and in these hot climates, I go out in the morning with my hair down, but about halfway through the day, I can't stand my hair on my neck anymore. And what I love about this, I have the regular clip-in hair clips, but they're loose and they kind of come loose through the day. This one, you get it in your hair and ooh, it just sticks and it's perfect. So this has been really great. Also, it slides easily into my purse without taking up much room at all. Something that I brought with us last time and really worked out well, and I brought again this time, it's at the tail end, so you can see they've really been used, are bar shampoo and bar conditioner. Whenever we get wherever we're going, we buy shampoo and conditioner, but sometimes you might be near the tail end of your time somewhere and you don't want to buy a big new thing of liquids that you can't transport to the next place. So it's nice to have the bar shampoo and conditioner. These little bags come in handy also because you just hang them and then they dry in the bag, so then when you travel you could easily just fold them up and they don't take any room at all. I also do the same with a bar soap for my face, so that's really nice. Okay, so I have these extra items that I always bring. So I have my Omnilux face mask and neck mask that I love. And in addition, I take my New Face with me. The New Face I enjoy, but it also requires aloe vera gel. So that's this is a bulky item that I'm going to leave behind this time. Not my New Face, but the aloe vera. And then my holy grail products that I bring all of these liquid bags with us for are, I bring my vitamin C, my timeless CoQ10, and then my ordinary peptide, and then some kind of balm for my face. And so I tend to bring 5 of these total, so 5 of each of these with us, and this is my last set, and we are going home tomorrow, and this has lasted the entire time. So that's really worked out nicely, and I'll continue to do that. Of course, I always pick up tretinoin wherever we're at, and so that comes with us also. So I tend to fill up 2 of these with just my skincare, and then these really come in handy for my makeup and skincare because they're larger than a regular baggie. All right, and then Rick's one personal care item is his shaver. So he got a bronze shaver for Christmas this year because he was really looking for an electric shaver that got him a nice close shave, and this bronze shaver has really done that. I'll link it down below because he's been loving this one. Then the other thing that we always bring with us that is personal care is this is sort of our little medicine bag. And because we were coming to Southeast Asia, we had visited the nurse at Kaiser and we got all our vaccinations that she said we needed to get. And then she also recommended some items for us to bring with us. And one of them was she gave us each a prescription for antibiotics just in case, and thankfully we didn't need to use them. And she also gave us a lot of stomach, a prescription, we got these over the counter, but she recommended we buy all these stomach things. Thankfully, we didn't need to use these either, but if we did, these we could have purchased here. So I'm not sure that we would mess with bringing these big bulky items with us anymore. It's of course always nice to have Band-Aids. And then the one thing that I would say we needed more of, and when our son came to visit us, we had him bring for us some Dayquil and some NyQuil. If you like taking Dayquil and NyQuil, and not like it, but if you like taking it when you're sick, this is something that both Rick and I take when we have a cold. There was nothing that really replicated it here. We got these Tiffy tablets, which were a multi-symptom cold relief tablet here in Southeast Asia, and they were fine, but these NyQuil and Dayquils can't be beat, so we had our son bring us some more because we used up what we had. We didn't bring very many to begin with, and so I would highly recommend bringing some NyQuil and Dayquil. We had throat lozenges, but you can buy all of that stuff here, so we will really pare down our medical emergency kit for our next leg. But these are the standout items that really worked for us in our personal care. The last category we have for you are travel accessories. And so one accessory that has come in really handy, we bought at a little market somewhere that I wish we'd have bought more of, is a little small foldable travel bag. And so I'll be looking for one of these on Amazon or somewhere, but this has really come in handy. It's ripped now, so we're gonna have to let it go, but it's lasted us this whole 5 months. We did purchase a couple of foldable travel bags also, and so we're going to take those with us in our suitcase, especially when we don't have to catch a flight. It makes it so it's easy for us not to have to worry about carrying those extra bottles of shampoo or whatever it is, our souvenirs with us, and then we can worry about consolidating once we get to a place that we need to for an airplane ride. Something else that we really love are these mesh bags. We just got these from Amazon and we have them in all the sizes and we use them for all kinds of things. So these mesh bags are just really sturdy. They're see-through so you know exactly what's in them, and we both have several of these that we use. In addition, baggies have been our friend, and so we definitely bring baggies with us wherever we go, and we use those for a whole bunch of things, and we're getting ready to get rid of our batch we have now, and it's always exciting to start off with a fresh new one. Something I use all the time, even though I do use my electronics, I have a journal in my Notes app, I use Notes app for travel planning, I use my iPad, all of those things, but gosh, it sure is nice to write some things on paper. And so this journal is actually pretty much full, so we'll be bringing another one. In fact, I think I'll bring one that's slightly bigger next time, but it's really nice to have paper and pen with us. Something else that is really nice is this hot pink glasses case. So I leave my glasses everywhere, and when I bring a black glasses case with me, I tend to leave it on the table and forget that it's even there. But this hot pink sitting on the table reminds me when we get up, oh yeah, I need to make sure to bring those with us. But then it also has 2 zipper compartments, so I'm able to keep my readers in one side and then able to keep my actual sunglasses in the other side. So this is really handy, this is a win, and then it's also washable, so you can just throw it right in the washing machine once it gets too grubby from being out and about. I also brought 3 pairs of glasses with us. I brought a pair for my nightstand and then a pair to kind of go out with us wherever we go. I broke one of my pairs, and so having that 3rd pair really made a big difference, so I was glad I had the extra pair of glasses. Another sort of odd thing is this coffee filter. We didn't end up using this time because we basically had coffee provided. We had breakfast provided for us most places we were at, so we didn't really use the coffee filter, but we're going to take them with us next go round when we go to Italy and Turkey, because it will really be nice in some of the Airbnbs if they don't have a coffee press or something, then we know we can get good coffee. Okay, we already talked about the packing cubes. Our suitcases, we both have an away larger carry-on, and that's worked out really great for us, and so we'll continue with those. We've already detailed our backpacks for you. Both of us have a different backpack, but what we like about them is very similar. We like that they open up as if they're a suitcase and we can really pack everything we need to pack into them. And then they also have the side straps where you can really cinch the backpack down. So we both like that very much. They're different backpacks, but we both enjoy ours. I like that mine matches my suitcase, and also we both love them. The other thing we've already talked about before is this organizer, and lots of people have hanging toilet organizers, but we love that this one you can kind of pack it any way you want to. You can fold it over, doubled like that. You can spread it out and then kind of scrunch it down if you need a little more space, but I haven't found an organizer that's been as easy and collapsible sort of within the suitcase. So I think that's it for what worked and what didn't for us this time. We hope this is helpful for you if you're planning a big trip or a small trip, to see the kinds of things that might be useful for you. And until we see you next time, bye.